Last time on Long Distance Dungeons and Dragons Dinner Theater. Chaznov got a little handsy on a ship full of elven women, and with Greer's help narrowly avoided walking the plank before they finally arrived in the dark, war-torn city of Northport. Alec, Bronze Wizard, Juwan, and Kit traveled with young Turtleflap east, but were ambushed by hobgoblins as they passed the White Wall boundary into East Linya, and after a long battle finally defeated them. And now, Long Distance Dungeons and Dragons Dinner Theater continues.
You wanna loot these guys?
Yup.
And possibly they'll cast Detect Magic too to see if there's any, good stuff out there.
Yeah, there's some potions and stuff like that, so he's going to detect magic on some other items. I'll go ahead and let you guys gather what you can gather. There are 4 bottles of oil, which have a magic about them, detected magic on them. You don't. I don't think you guys speak Goblin, so you can't read what's written on them, but unless one of you speak Goblin or has really good linguistics or wants to do some other kind of Arcana check or something to figure out what these are.
No.
Spellcraft?
You can do spellcraft, but then you have to taste it.
No.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. I can do a Knowledge Arcana with Bronze Wizard.
Yeah, he can do that.
Like 15.
Yeah, he can't read it, but it appears to be an oil of some sort, so you would not want to drink it. Probably something you would rub on yourself or on a weapon, although he has trouble really telling. Knowing trolls, it's probably some sort of weapon oil. Anybody want to assist him on this roll? I could give you all the information you need.
Knowledge Arcana?
Yep.
Oh, natural 1.
Yeah.
I am no good at
John's like, "Durr." I think it's Kool-Aid.
Alec got a 19.
So yeah, you look at it and be like, oh, I've seen this before. You've come across this in the mountains. You've encountered a lot of hobgoblins growing up in this area. This is magic weapon oil. We got 4 bottles of it now.
I have a oil of blessed weapon.
This is similar. This gives you a +1 on attack and damage rolls when put on a weapon.
Really?
Just for 1 minute.
Oh, cool.
So for 10 rounds. But it gives you 10 rounds of a +1 on it. It takes a standard action to apply it. If you know you're about to get into a battle, you can put on your weapon and it basically makes your weapon masterwork if it makes it, +1 weapon.
Just want to go 2 and 2 on that?
Yep. So it's, how do I need to...
That is oil of magic weapon. You have 2 of them, or Kit has 1 and you have 1, however you want to divide that up.
Yeah, kids can have one.
They have 1 potion of Cure Moderate. That's pretty easily to distinguish. You guys have come across those a lot, so I'm not going to make you roll on that one. But they only have 1 of them.
Well, somebody probably needs to drink that anyway. We just, pour that
Well, I think
down.
Kit's, unconscious, so...
Well, isn't Caesar?
Yeah, give it a Kit.
Caesar's pretty weak, but Kit's unconscious. But if you want to pour that potion down his throat right now to wake him up.
Okay, let's do that then. 3, great.
They have 2 clay jars filled with a very smelly chemical. It does not appear to be magical, but maybe knowledge engineering, or if you have any other kind of knowledge nature might help you.
19?
Yeah, this is Alchemist's Fire. Familiar with this?
Yeah, I think
Humans once used it to burn down your home village.
Oh, that's fun.
So you notice the smell right away. It smells like the stuff that burnt down.
It's an olfactory memory,
Yeah,
y'all.
this smells
I
like
know
the stuff that
exactly
burned
what the
down.
fuck this
Yeah,
is.
Lancer du Renard.
Like sadness.
This is an accelerant, yeah. It is called Alchemist's Fire.
Alchemists.
There are 2 of those, 2 jars of that. You guys can divide however you like. So 1 for you, Juwan, 1 for Alec and his crew. See, 7 of them are wearing some very nice hide armor, although it probably wouldn't fit you very well unless you have some way to tailor it or fix it. It's made for hobgoblins. So it'd be ill-fitting if any of you tried to wear it.
Is it like a bunch of...
It's a +1 hide armor. Turtleflap might need armor. This would fit him kind of ill-fittingly, but if you want to help a kid out and give him a +1 hide armor...
Yeah,
Hey,
but
look at that little turtle. Yeah.
if he's got nothing...
He's got nothing, so you give him some really large armor that he can grow into. That's fine. You can either leave the rest behind or collect whatever you think you can carry if you want to try and sell it, but I doubt you can carry more than 4 or 5. We get heavy after that. It's heavy like leather. There are 6 longbows, if you guys want 6 longbows. There's about 80 arrows.
Kit actually has an extra weapon slot, so...
You can have a longbow and
Yeah.
it's at 80-something arrows. 84, is that what I
I
said?
don't need all 80 of them if there's someone else who also has...
A bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Anybody else need arrows besides Kit?
Bronze Wizard will take a cup, 20? 20? 15? I don't know.
Okay.
It's like 84, so...
You can just split them down the middle, like we've been doing with everything else.
So 42 arrows each. There are 2 masterwork sickles.
Ooh, I have one of them.
What's the damage on that?
1d6, and it's a +1 attack bonus.
I was giving him a turtle flap.
Let's outfit him.
Yeah, I mean, give him shit. You got.
Yeah, then we wanted he'll come in handy instead of just hiding the whole time.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
at least
we
give him
can
weapons
actually
so he
do
feels
some-
useful, yeah.
Can we keep one of those to take with us to sell?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
definitely.
There's 2 of them. You can keep whatever you want to keep as long as you have room to keep it. There is 1 cloak of resistance +1.
Would you mind if I give that to Bronze Wizard? Because you got super low AC.
Yeah, go for it.
There's 228 gold.
I
You can split it down the middle, that's 114. You guys will find a potion of cure serious wounds, just one.
Ooh, who needs that?
I have a spell of Cure Light Wounds, so you can have it if you want.
Kit's gonna keep that in his pocket because he seems to die every time he's in battle.
There is a +1 chainmail.
Wait, you said it's 3d8?
Yeah.
It's just +1.
Yeah, +1 chainmail. It does whatever it does whatever chainmail would normally do, but then you get to add an extra 1 to that.
Okay.
So make sure you're able to wear chainmail if you take it.
I can do medium armor or something.
I think chainmail's in the light or medium section. Look at whatever the normal AC for it is and add 1 to that.
Liz, do you have any? Can you wear chainmail?
No,
Druids can't wear armor.
Can't wear metal.
Alright, cool. So is it cool if I take that?
Yeah.
Alright, there's a short bow. Let's see how many short bows actually. There are 3 short bows. There are 6 spears. All the goats got away. That's it. That's everything.
Put all their excess stuff into a pile and then burn it.
You guys want to do that? Start a night fire. It is getting dark.
I think
that might attract people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm fucking
We do need to sleep
out of everything. Yeah.
nicely.
So you guys want to try and rest here by the wall?
I mean, are these guys? Well, I think we should coup de grace these guys if we're gonna try to go to sleep here. Because as much as I hate killing all these people, I don't want them to wake up and murder us in their sleep.
Yeah, they would definitely do that.
Alright, so you go around coup de grace everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we clean up the area a bit though? Like take all of their shit. And
Roll
take
me
all
a
of their,
perception
like,
check.
Anyway, can I say that I've blasted off heal spells like 5/5 cure light wounds on between Sir and Kit?
If you want to, that's what you want to do during this period of time when everyone was looting bodies and heal people.
First priority is like go see Caesar and heal him before even like.
So you probably weren't looting. Everyone else is looting, and you were walking around healing everyone.
Okay.
It's only 1d8 plus my level, so I think 10 health.
Yeah, so everyone's okay. As you guys are walking on coup de grace and looting these bodies, one hobgoblin gets up and runs away. He was playing dead. So you see him getting up and taking off into the darkness. Fleeing into the mountains.
Shit, I kind of want to chase it.
Yeah, I'll cast Longstrider on Caesar and have him go after him.
Alright,
Ooh.
Caesar goes after him. Let's roll a chase.
Can I cast a light spell on the hobgoblin so that he's all lit up?
I think they might get a will save to negate for something like that, but yeah. I succeed, so no, the light's going to miss him. Let's say you cast it on the tree nearby, it misses and hits something nearby. It does light up well enough for Caesar to attack, so roll for initiative to see if you can catch him up in this one turn. Or if he gets to get away. I got a 15.
22.
Alright, so Caesar has a chance to grab him before he can get away.
Yeah, I guess I'll go for the grab, actually. Was it CMB?
Yeah.
It's 20.
Not enough. Didn't manage to get away. He's going to keep running.
So I have up to a mile with my mental link with Caesar.
Uh-huh.
Alex focusing on this, and he's watching and communicating through his head. And tell him to keep on going for one more attack.
So this guy's running away, so you have to run to catch up with him again.
Yeah.
And then roll your attack again.
29.
That's enough to grab him. So you've grappled him.
Got him.
I mean, I have him.
Yeah.
Can I try to bring him back?
Yeah,
Or can we go to him?
Yeah, you know where he's at. You can use your mental link to walk over to where Caesar's got this guy held. If you want. It's probably only 60 feet away or so.
Yeah, follow me.
Alright, you guys head down towards the valley, the way the goblin was fleeing, about 60 feet. So you start heading down the mountain a little bit, downhill. Catch up to where Caesar's holding this guy, and he's still struggling. Shouting something in Goblin.
Goblinese.
Yep.
Immediately gonna grab a bunch of leaves from the ground and shove them into his mouth to make him be quiet.
There are no leaves, but there are rocks. Would you like to shove a rock in his mouth?
As long as it's something that's too big for him to swallow.
Right, you shove a large rock in his mouth.
Yeah, so you're just like a pig with an apple.
You're just gagging him, I get it.
Yep.
Shove a large rock in the hobgoblin's mouth.
Yeah, I don't understand Goblin.
I don't either.
It's even harder now because he has a rock in his mouth.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what he's saying. He's obviously just trying to alert his other dudes. It is an
I want to take one of those sickles and just slice his throat.
Alright.
Okay.
Kill the hobgoblin. Finish him off. Coup de grace. He bleeds out in front of all of you.
I don't feel very good about this.
Nope.
Man, let's go to sleep. I'm tired as hell.
Can I do my detect snares and pits thing around us?
Yeah, you don't detect any snares and pits here. This area seems like near the wall seems pretty safe except for this hobgoblin ambush that was waiting for you.
Yeah, we've already looted this guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was part of.
He was playing dead the whole time and just tried to escape once you guys started slitting throats.
Okay, let's seriously take a lean-to, stealthy style.
Or roll me a survival check to make a lean-to with whatever. You can use the spears, whatever sticks you found, and some of their clothes and stuff. You got a bunch of leather. You can use this leather to make a roof.
Got natural one. I did an awful job.
Yeah. Alex too tired to make a good lean-to. Just like whatever. It's like you guys just.
Oh my gosh, Juan got a natural one as well.
Yeah, you guys are too tired to make a tent right
And
now.
Kit got a 17.
What do you roll?
2.
Yeah, well, Kid's not doing great either. Then he's better than everybody else. He sort of he has something over his head better than anybody else. I think the rest of you might just pass out in this pile of dead bodies. Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I think Juan would probably go to sleep in a tree.
There's no trees here. This is the mountains. This is just rocky area. This pile of dead bodies you just killed. I think you all just make it back to this pile of dead bodies and just pass out. That's what it's looking. You guys rolled ones. You don't have shelter really. Kid might have something pulled up over him, but you guys are barely covered. You're just kind of sleeping in a pile of dead bodies.
Blankets. Yeah. I'd like to summon an eagle, and the simple command I'm going to give to it is to squawk and call like crazy if creatures get close to us.
Right, so you have an eagle standing guard.
Eagle.
Yeah, I got it. The weather's kind of shitty through the night. It starts to rain up in the mountains, but that's as bad as it gets. Just bad weather. So you guys sleep in the wet mud with just some leather armor pulled up over you near a bunch of rotting dead bodies.
Whatever. They're not rotting yet.
Not yet, but they're going to start.
Rigor mortis is not even set in yet.
So it still smells fine. Yep. But you guys can roll a d8 if you want to sleep 8 hours through the night, plus Constitution modifier to heal that back, and then if you want to meditate for an hour after you wake up to regain all your spells and mythic points.
Yep.
When you guys wake up, it's pretty early in the morning. It's still kind of dark out. Roll me a perception check when you wake up the next day.
Oh, Genevieve didn't actually get hit.
Maybe right after you guys finish your morning meditation. The sun's just peeking up over the horizon. You look up at the sky.
14.
17.
See what looks like a shooting star.
Bronze Wizard got a natural 20.
Bronze Wizard will point out that the shooting star seems like it's coming this direction.
Hey, let's move out of this vicinity.
Anybody else?
I want to see the thing land. I mean, I want to see it hit. Oh, gosh, it's be some moon shit. Be chock full of zombies.
Should we go for higher ground so that we can get a good vantage point and see where it hits?
I mean, you guys are pretty much in the highest ground you can get to right now. You're at the top of this mountain near the edge of this wall, unless you guys head into the mountains, unless you want to head north, which I think is the opposite direction you guys were planning on heading.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you guys can just watch it as you travel and see where you think it's headed. I mean, it seems to be headed farther east from you guys. It's headed this direction, but it seems to be falling eastward.
I bet that is Cranigris shooting rockets at the White Castle.
I think it's moon stuff, man. I hate the moon. Let's go check it out.
I hate the moon. Yep, let's, I guess, can we, follow it?
Yeah, you guys
some magi?
Wake up fully rested and follow the falling star.
I'm going to use the rest of my level 1 healing spells real quick on Caesar, too. And how's Kid?
Kid is fine. Juwan can do some healing stuff to get Dean back.
Okay.
But yeah, Kit's okay now.
So next day you guys will heal up and take care of all your animal companions.
So Cure
Prep.
Serious is what?
And you will head towards the falling star that is falling east.
And I'll use that astrolabe, too, if that helps.
Yeah, that'll help you guys not get lost. You can add that to your survival check as you're heading that direction. But you're heading into territory that you're starting to be very familiar with. You're now heading into the East Linya Mountains, territory that you've definitely haunted throughout your life.
Yeah.
So this is back to your home mountains pretty much. You guys want to roll a perception check as this falling star falls to ground?
Yeah. Can you see?
Start seeing the distance.
14 for Caesar.
22 for Kit.
So Kit got a 22, Caesar got a 22?
No, Caesar got a 24.
Oh.
22 and 24 then.
Yeah. And those were the highest ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so Caesar's going to act really excited. That's probably going to get Kit's attention. And Kit's going to point to a fire that seems to have started in the distance, just south of the mountains.
On the East Linya side, though, yeah?
Yep. Looks like some sort of large structure fire.
Dort!
Oh, god damn it.
He started a fire at Dort.
No.
Is it the Sun Wukong Temple? Is the Sun Wukong Temple on fire?
Yeah, the Sun Wukong Temple's on fire.
What is
God damn it. Is that Johnny? That goddamn Ryan Dragon Slayer's pissing me off. Alright, well, I'm gonna realize that. Caesar will know, because we have
That's why Caesar's freaking out. He rolled a high perception. He's freaking out. Your mental link with him is gonna alert you that that thing just landed. That fireball just landed on your temple.
So where is this place?
It's about a day's travel from where you guys are now, but it's just south of the mountains on the East Linya side.
So in relation to Dort?
North of the road.
There's a temple. To what?
To Sun Wukong. Well, it was a Ronnie...
Sun Wukong?
Sun Wukong, that's the god that Alec worships. It was the Johnny Dragon Slayer retail outlet, but it was abandoned after the dragon hunting died down. Tourists weren't going there because there's no dragons to hunt. Once rumors got out that there was nothing to see, the business failed. It was left abandoned, and Alec found it. And since Donnie Dragonslayer had burned down his old forest home to build this store, Alec rededicated it as a temple to Sun Wukong to attract the local monkey population to live there. Now it's on fire. And
Who the hell would attack them, though?
So now it's on fire, and now probably a lot of monkeys are also on fire.
We should go save those monkeys.
You got 24 hours till you get there unless you have somebody to get there faster.
We can summon horses for everyone.
That would cut your time in half.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. I can do that too. Yeah, I got Summon Nature's Ally.
Yeah,
Alright, you guys summon some horses and you get the fuck to the
horses and ponies for everyone.
that place as fast as you can. Only perception check as you guys approach.
Creating water left and right.
Well, you're not close enough yet, but roll a perception check as your guys are on horseback.
17 and 23 for Bronze Wizard. 24
19
for
and 21.
Caesar.
Alright, so as you guys are approaching, you're still a couple hours away from the outlet. You see that the guard tower,
Not the outlet.
that's now the Sun Wukong Temple. As you approach it, you'll notice that the tower outside of White Castle is shooting water from some sort of like water gun from the top of it, trying to put out the fire.
That's good. That's nice of them.
Yeah.
So they are dousing the fire with its water cannon.
I'd like to start trying to gather together a thunderstorm if I can. If I can do some
What are the specs? What spell is that? What are the specs? This only takes 10 minutes.
some serious ass raining whenever we get there. Cha-cha-cha-chia. I have to sing cha-cha-cha-chia. And in 10 minutes, it's the control weather, the singing that gives me that spell.
Cast takes 10 minutes to cast. It's a 2-mile radius centered on you. So the storm's going to follow you.
Yeah, so I'd like to bring...
The storm lasts for D12 hours, though, so go and roll your D12s to see how long it's going to last.
Well, I would like to do... I mean, I would know that, so I'd like to do that whenever we're a bit closer. Because what I want is... Okay, hot weather, summer torrential rain, if possible. I don't know what season it is where we are.
I mean, that's possible weather.
Yeah, if I can just bring, like, a fuck ton of rain to town with us, just as, like, a...
Druid casting a spell doubles the duration and affects a circle with a 3-mile radius. So you get 3 miles and it lasts twice as long. So you get 8d12.
That's 21 hours of rain that I'll bring with us.
So as you guys
that's only,
approach,
like-
the rain will probably start before you approach. It's going to take 10 minutes to cast, and you're going to cast it as you're approaching.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get around that amount of time of
so
rain.
So it's not just rain, it's,
That's possible weather, not this is exactly the weather you're going to get.
this
I'll
is
roll.
torrential rain.
It also says possible. I have to roll to see how bad it is, which is what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
I rolled 47, so it's not that bad. It is going to rain, but not be torrential rain.
Dang it.
It is raining as you guys approach.
So, perception check, see what the damage is? How's it doing?
Yeah, as you guys approach, only perception check.
22.
19 and 13.
Yeah, half of the structure seems to be pretty badly charred. A lot of the plant life has been burnt. It's hard to tell from here how many deaths there would have been, but you assume that at least some, if there were any life inside, you're sure that it would surprise you if any less than 3 got killed. So, but you don't know yet until you approach how many actually died, but, you know. Definitely took out a significant part of the structure. Looks like whatever hit it was fairly large. It's still smoking from inside. You will see 3 figures emerging from the front of the compound, humanoid in shape.
Ugh.
They're not supposed to be here. Can we just yell out, what the fuck happened here? Like, at them?
We want to talk to these guys. They just flew in from outer space out of God knows what.
I mean, they see us now. Like, we just came, like, thundering into town with a rain cloud.
And a
on
bunch of
horseback.
horses. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, okay. Let's go up there.
You approach. As you get closer, roll me a perception check.
25.
Alright, as you guys approach, all 3 of these, what you now appear to look like robots, all say in unison, "Looks good to see you again."
Robots?
Yeah.
When did we meet robots?
It looks like their skin's all charred from being in the fire. Like their metal is, but the metal is like, you know, has black marks like they walked out of this fire.
When did we talk to robots? When we were in space?
Don't you recognize me?
Obviously not. Why don't you just tell us who you are?
All 3 robots in unison say, "It's me, Barqlaes."
Oh, God. Oh, you were in a butt.
Which one's he?
He was the one that was in a butt. He was Pleek's uncle. He's
But
the
wasn't
great.
he, like-
He's the great wizard.
A butt plug, though?
He was.
Yeah.
He got lost in outer space.
Oh, yeah, roboted. 3 triple roboted?
He got triple roboted.
That's a pretty good comeback move there.
Yeah.
Guy. Going from butt plug to
To
triple
triple robot. Yeah.
Nice
Well, I'd
move.
be like, hey, man, could you help me fix up this building you just destroyed? Because, I mean, I know you're not the worst dude, but what the fuck?
He's like, this is just where we happen to land. Not really my problem, dude.
I know. The fire out, maybe?
I'm afraid.
There's so many of you.
I'm afraid we have more important business to tend to.
Oh, yeah? Like
And
what?
they start walking south.
Wait, so
See you later, skater.
Wait, why don't you just tell us what you're doing? If it's something cool, then we could probably help you.
He turns back and looks, all three of them turn back and look at you and say, you had your chance to create havoc, and you chose another path, and he points to your tattoos. Go do your goody two-shoes, blinding light guild stuff. I've got chaos to create. And he walks south.
Interesting.
The temple's still somewhat on fire.
Oh, it's terrifying, man.
It's Barqlaes in robot form, in triple robot form.
Times 3, that sounds great. Oh, man.
So can I detect magic? Is it actually 3 robots, or is he like doing mental projections and making?
It is 3 robots. It is 3 actual robots that are all walking around, moving somewhat independently, but somewhat in conjunction with one another. Like they seem to be able to do slightly different things, but for the most part, move in conjunction with each other.
So I care less about that than I do the temple.
Temple's on fire. The fire has gone down, but there's still something inside that's causing the fire to continue.
Yeah, I guess I want to go create water on that thing that's burning the most.
Alright, you run into the temple. Roll a perception check.
Unnatural 20.
You see that at least 7 primates were killed as something crash landed in this part of the temple. You see it is what looks like a small escape spaceship shuttle, about 60 foot long, about 30 foot wide, pretty badly damaged, still on fire. From what appears to be its engine room, its generator, constantly combusting, like the water's not putting it out.
I'd like to write a note, my pen and ink set, summon a bird and give it to the bird, and then send that bird to White Castle, alerting them to the existence of Triple Robot Barqlaes. And his
So where do you send that in White Castle? To who? How does this bird know where to drop it? To who? How's the bird get into White Castle?
Can it not just... It's a fucking bird. Can it not just fly over the wall?
Yeah, it can do that. Bird will fly over the wall. Do you send the bird to fly over the wall? The bird will be gone for 8 days.
I mean, I'm sure that it's not going to take them 8 days to get there. I really just wanted the bird to be like an early warning. I don't really need the bird to come back and tell me anything.
Yeah, you do, because the bird's going to come back in 8 days and tell you something important.
Okay, I'd like the bird to come back in 8 days and tell me that. Okay, yeah, and I'd like to start creating some water in this fucking engine.
Like I said, the water doesn't seem to put out the fire coming from this engine. This engine seems to be capable of creating energy to power this ship, and therefore it keeps combusting. Like the water doesn't seem to put out. It puts out the fire, but the fire gets recreated immediately.
So
some kind of engine leak.
Can I chill metal it?
You can touch it, so you might take damage to do that, but it might help.
That's okay. Can I chill metal it then?
That's for 7 rounds.
Yeah. So can I? And there's no will.
Yeah, it's a machine, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you're just gonna do it. You're just gonna take a little bit of fire damage.
Yeah,
while
fine.
you touch it.
I'll do that. I'd like to try to freeze this engine if I can, which takes
3 to 5 rounds.
Yeah, 3 to 5 rounds is freezing.
Yeah.
I'll throw an ice cream on top of that too if it helps.
Does it look like it's helping after?
Yeah, you guys are doing it.
Seconds?
It's chilling the engine some. The fire slowed down. The engine started to cool. Looks like you still need to find a way to turn it off, though.
Knowledge engineering, please.
Yep.
You've had experience in outer space. I'm an idiot.
11.
Yeah. You don't know. There's lots of switches around here. You can't seem to find the one to turn off, especially you just broke your hands and
Yeah.
you're freezing this thing. You feel like you bought yourself some time. You guys have, probably 5 rounds, so probably 30 seconds for this thing ignites again.
Can I pray real quick since I'm in a temple to Sun Wukong and ask for divine assistance since I don't know what to do here? And I want to protect these monkeys in his temple.
Give me a diplomacy to pray to Sun Wukong.
Okay. I'm going to drink some first.
Alright.
Dump some out, because diplomacy is not my strong suit. Can I get something besides diplomacy?
What else do you want? What else you got for talking to your god?
Handle God.
Religion, maybe? I don't know. Handle God, handle animal because he's a monkey god? That might work.
Knowledge nature?
Knowledge nature might give you some information about the stuff that's burning.
Yeah.
But
wood burn. Check.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do diplomacy.
So how does it look like it's burning, though? I don't understand.
there's a crack in the casing and it keeps reigniting.
Oh! A crack in the casing? Like the metal casing of it? Can we not, heat the metal and, wait.
Let him have his prayer. What are you praying?
Yeah.
For assistance. I got a 9. but I'll surge it.
Yeah, I might to surge it for more assistance.
13.
Someone Kong will say, I told you to stop that rocket.
Oh, that fucking... Oh, this is that... Oh.
He says, if all else fails, smash every button.
Yeah, that's some Someone Kong shit right there. Okay, first thing I'm going to go and use Ferris Growth on that metal, try to seal it up, at least for a few hours.
Yeah, alright, so you're going to take 8 fire damage, but you'll seal up the hole in the metal. The engine's still running, but it's no longer bursting into flames. So because of the rain, the rest of the fire is slowly be able to put out throughout this area. So the fire has died down. There's now just one big hole in this side of the temple. This crash-landed spacecraft here. All the lights are still on. It's still running. The engine's still running. It's damaged, but you guys have yet to figure out how to turn it off. You have sealed the hole in the engine, so it's no longer creating a fire.
So I got 2 minutes. Ferris Growth. I say, because would you be okay with going into this? I don't know how space works. They wouldn't even let me in there. Going in there and smashing buttons until something happens.
I mean, I've got rusting grasp, so we could probably... I can touch this thing and just turn the whole thing into rust.
It's a pretty big thing. I told you how big the ship was, right? I don't know if you have the power to rust the whole thing. Maybe you can rust part of the engine or, like, the connections or something like that.
Yeah.
Can I, like, rust the control panel, I guess?
We might not want to rust the control panel, because...
You might need to have control.
Yeah. You want to go back in there and do another knowledge engineering? Maybe surgeon?
Yeah, because now that the fire's out and it's back...
Yeah, you can just calmly look around for an off switch.
Yeah, so we got 10 minutes.
4 plus 4. Even worse this time.
So the first... that's only 1 minute of your 10 minutes, though.
Oh, okay. Again.
So for 1 minute, you can't find the off switch.
Don't know.
Yeah, I'll roll knowledge engineering on this too while we're here.
15.
Alright, you find the area where you think the off switch is for the engine. You find
around...
you find the engine control area, and there's a bunch of knobs and switches there that aren't labeled very well.
9 and 4.
Yeah, you still can't locate the switch. 7 minutes left.
It's minute 4. On minute 4 right now. 2. Nope.
6 minutes left.
10.
5 minutes left. That's what,
14.
just a 10? 14? No, still no.
1. Natural 1.
You realize that this whole time you're at the wrong panel. This is some sort of, like, food replicator panel.
Yeah, no, it just...
You accidentally make food goop.
Gross. Don't
Yeah, I used to hating that stuff.
14 and 4. 18. This is the fucking
Yeah, you're at the right panel now. You know it. You're like, this is totally it.
This one is it.
You've only got 2 minutes left to find it, or 3 minutes left, right?
Oh my god, this is like... Speed, there you go. 18! Alright, 22.
Alright, you find the off switch. You're able to turn off the spaceship engine. Boom. Powers down. The lights still remain on, but only for a period of time until the battery is drained, and then they'll also go out. So you guys are in a lit spaceship. You know, by the time you put out this fire, it is the next night. So as the sun goes down, it's getting dark outside, but you guys are in this lit spaceship. You don't know how much longer it will stay lit, but I do. It'll be 70 hours. So you got 70 hours of light in this thing. As long as you don't do anything else besides have the lights on, it'll be lit for 70 hours. So you guys have a shelter that's lit inside of another shelter for the time being.
I'll leave that for the monkey boys. I'm going to take out dead bodies and bury them. And of course, pray to Sun Wukong. And then after that, I'm gonna hang out for as long as I can, casting Entangle, like I did that one time, but I just did it once, a lot until at least
trying to recover the roof.
Yeah.
I bet Juwan and Kay can help you with that too. They're druids. All your power together, want to try to cover the hole in the roof with vines.
Got some plant growth.
Yeah, the building in general. Yeah, I just want it to be like...
Alright, so let's say you guys hang out here in the temple for a week. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, because that means tomorrow the eagle will be coming back.
Yeah, and during that period of time the battery will die because that's more than 70 hours. So the spaceship battery dies out. You guys have a wrecked spaceship inside this place. You've mostly covered the roof. It's vines, so it's not 100% covered, just like water can still get through and stuff like that. But you've pretty much given it somewhat of a protective covering. Reopened the place to whatever monkeys. You probably met a couple apes while you were there. There's still a lot that survived. We're hiding out in there, basically. Turn this into their own private play gym.
Is the altar to Sun Wukong still intact that I made?
It is partially damaged.
Cool, I'll stone shape that right back into...
It's right next to this area where this spaceship is, so...
Yeah, I don't know what to do with the spaceship anyway. I feel like there's information inside of it, but I don't know what. Where he's coming and... we know where he came from and we know where he ended up. I mean, I feel like he would have told the spaceship in a recorded message where he's going. We also know what he's here for, too, so I don't know what we would even...
it was an escape pod. He might not have that much information. It might just be like, alright, I pressed a button and jettisoned, and this is where I landed.
Yeah.
But super unlucky. That fucking guy. Yeah, so we rest up again. Well, I'll kind of speak with animals and we'll see how the monkeys are doing. I just want to get a general vibe for how...
Yeah, other than this recent disaster, they've been doing fine. It's nice to have a shelter, place to hide from the elements. They feel safe here. So know, not many other species live here besides them and the fleas, so.
Yeah, of course, delicious. Well, yeah, do you want to just rest again and then wait for the bird tomorrow?
I kind of have a bad feeling that those guys have gone to the White Castle and started tearing shit down, and we're gonna have to go as well and try to kill these robots.
We can't take 3 Barqlaes.
No, we can't.
3 mythic robot wizards? No. It's not good.
We can just rest them.
Yeah, you can rest them.
I'll just rest
There's Craftsman. That's smart right there. So you guys wait another day. The bird returns with the note still in grasp. And in Sylvan will tell you that it flew over the wall to White Castle and there's nothing there. Like there's just trees and stuff.
No people in the White Castle for you to give this note to.
I mean, it's just a wall. I flew over the wall and in the middle of the wall was just a bunch of trees and stuff. It's like there's a forest in the middle. There's no people there.
So the White Castle doesn't have any people in it?
I couldn't deliver the note. I flew over the wall and all I found was trees.
Oh, God. Wait, the city's there, but it's full of trees?
There's no city there. It's just trees. There's a wall, and there's a line of people outside the front gates trying to get in. But on the other side of the wall, there's just trees. This is all in Sylvan, so unless do you speak Sylvan? You're a hunter, right?
No.
No, you don't. You don't understand this. This is a bird cawing. Like, what the hell's that bird saying, Genevieve?
Because I feel like we went inside the city walls before, right? And that's where we got the bracers. Like, I've been inside of... Did we go underground or something and I just didn't realize it?
Alright, well, go there and inspect it, right?
Yeah, can I still send the bird ahead of us with the note again and ask him to give the note to one of the, like, soldier-looking humanoids that's outside of the gate with this line of...
There are no really soldiery. I mean, there are those floating eyeballs that kind of keep watching the line. And then right at the front entrance there are the people in robes that will, like, help you into the bath and stuff like that. There aren't really any officials until you get into the inside. The bird's not really...
That's fine. Don't go inside. Go and give this note to either one of the eyeballs or one of the people that are helping people into the bath.
You can't really give a note to an eyeball.
Whoever will take the note from you. We're on our way. Go ahead to there.
Alright, the bird will go and try to give the note to somebody. Anybody that'll take it.
No. That's not what I said. I didn't say anybody that'll take it. I said either one of the people that are, like, helping folks into the bath.
Look, I'm a bird. I don't know what kind of, like, these are pretty complicated instructions already.
It's not.
I've already flown all the way there and back for you without really specific instructions before, except deliver this note.
It's lazy.
It's getting very complicated.
Just want to go to White Castle?
So, I mean, I could, like, release this eagle from its whatever.
I mean, if we really want to talk about that still, I don't think it lasts this long to begin with, and we can't really give it orders like this. But
and instead cast Animal Messenger, which is a tiny animal, which could be like a bird, right?
Yeah, well, tiny is.
So you could just do Animal Messenger, another kind of bird, and get it and give these same directions to this bird. The directions must be simple because the animal depends on your knowledge and can't find a destination on its own. So if it uses my knowledge of the situation, I can do something simple, like last time I was able to say, like, fly over the wall and give it to a person over the wall, and it couldn't do that. So this time I can say, go to the wall and give it to the eyeball or the man in the robe.
There's gonna be a lot of men in robes, and they can't get, like I said, you can't give things to the eyeball. They don't have hands; they're floating eyeballs. Like they're not gonna accept anything.
If it's based on my knowledge, and I know what the man in the robe looks like, why can't I tell this animal?
You can't. They'll go try to find a man in a robe.
You're gonna make it do it.
They all wear robes.
I'm gonna make it do it wrong. I just don't know what your aim is here. You're doing it. It's happening. It will beat you there by 2 days.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Some message they may or may not take seriously.
Alright, whatever. All we can do is try.
Yeah, tried. Now you head south towards White Castle, or what?
I mean, I know that it's not a good chance of us, like, defeating this guy.
But you are on another mission. You got Turtle Flap to worry about.
I gotta get that boy at hand. I'm gonna put a bottle of Scorch on Sun Wukong's altar before I go, too.
Alright, leave a bottle of Scorch behind on the altar. That's smooth. I like that. Sun Wukong likes that. Sun Wukong will owe you one.
I mean, I think helping his temple out, he was pretty lazy on that one, but
look,
he was just like, that's what you get, dude!
I'm just one monkey god, you know? Like, I tried to prevent this. Like, months ago, I tried to prevent this.
Can I go outside of the temple and find some, like, neat-looking rocks and, like, really good examples of fallen leaves or something and make, like, a little baby shrine thing outside and be like, yo, Gozra, I just put up a whole bunch of these plants.
So you want to put a Gozra shrine, like, right next to the Sun Wukong temple? Like, right on the front lawn?
Not on the front lawn. I can, like, go a ways a little bit. Really, I just wanted to, like, make sure that Gozra, like, helped out the plants and stuff that I had here. I'm not trying to, like, build a rival temple. Really, I just wanted some Gozra energy on all of these brand new plants to help them entangle a little bit thicker over the roof because...
So we're going to be totally solid. But yeah, you can do that as long as, I guess, Alec's okay with it.
I don't think Samukan would like that. You know, it's like his turf.
Yeah, I think if you gotta take your rocks down, he's gonna come outside and be like, what are you doing stacking rocks outside my temple? Put that shit away.
Fine, whatever.
Unstack your rocks. Put them back where you got them.
I guess so.
Put them exactly back where you got them, too.
Yeah.
I mean, this is his only temple. This is all he's got.
That's all he's got. This is a one temple god.
Yeah, I'm sure that lots of Gozer temples get knocked down.
So you're used to it.
Yep.
You're like, no big deal. Every temple is temporary.
Yeah, whatever.
This should have taught you that. You guys head south, correct?
Okay.
Unless you're going the other way to do the Turtle Flat mission.
Well, the Turtle Flap, I wanted to go to White Castle because that's where the Blind Light Guild is, right?
It's one of the many places they are, yeah.
Well, that's where the place was where I get him a new hand, right? Manga told me that.
Roll me a knowledge local, and I will look and tell you what you know.
You've read us out, so.
Well, I'm gonna do it again if you roll a good enough number.
Ugh.
Asking for some help here.
Equals 8. 'Cause that's
25.
That's what I got.
4.
No hospital or anything. You got that Aurora Temple for Aurora Temples only, or Aurora Worshippers only.
Where was the... It was Southport that had the place where the school where they teach you about holy weapons and shit.
Yep.
I'd rather go to Southport.
Boat. Or, I mean, you guys have a spaceship.
Yeah, I don't know how to work a spaceship.
It would take some repairs, for sure. It's not totally ruined.
I don't know if I'd want to fly around in space.
I don't mess with that shit.
I don't want to end up in space again.
You might press a button and go too high
Yeah,
up
I might
in the
press
sky.
space bar.
Space bar.
I'm zero help with that.
Yeah. So you don't want to risk the spaceships. Oh, you're not going to cross the ocean in that then. So you got to find some other way to get across the ocean to Southport.
I find a Blind Guild ship somewhere.
Yeah.
Nearest
A
port.
lot more of the cities on this side of the island are associated with the Blinding Light, so it might be a lot easier. If you can find a contact in one of these cities, and that's all it ever took in your other cities was if you can find a contact, they can usually arrange for a ship to come somehow. You know that there's a lot more alignment to the Blind Light Guild on this side of the island. So pretty much almost any city you went to could help you. You got a map there?
Galbraith, I know that painter lady. I probably know lots of people there because that was where...
You went to
Like,
college.
this is like my side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You've been to Catone at least once. There's probably only one that you wouldn't want to go to, but...
Besides the forest, I don't really know this side of Linya very well. Or Linya very well.
Yeah, so why don't you give him a history lesson of which cities have ports that you might be able to leave from there, Juan, and which one's probably the best option?
Really, where we are right now, Catone is the closest one, but it's like Murphy, Navy.
Is that where
Difficult to get into through the front
happened?
gate.
Yeah, but Galbraith is really like a real kind of thing. There's all kinds of races and people and stuff happening there, and they have like we've come and gone from there a number of times.
What's their
It's
thing?
a college
They're
town.
just a college town.
Okay.
The talking portraits come from.
That's
the
where Joanne went to college.
Artists there.
Oh.
They're big on teaching their students both like a science and a creative endeavor at the same time. Like, you know, they try to mix critical thinking and creative thinking. And they also encourage their students to go on adventures. So most of the students usually go for a semester and then go off adventuring.
Their semester abroad is.
Yeah. Juan's first semester abroad is how she got somehow into this egg situation. It has led to her life being a big adventure since then, I guess. So you guys head to Galbraith?
Sure.
Alright, you guys head east towards Galbraith. You're going to pass the guard tower, which will call out to you. All who goes there, identify yourselves.
It's me, yeah.
I was doing the Blind Light Guild thing, the tear down the eye.
Alright, they'll let you go about your business. Have a nice day, citizen. Thanks for your work.
But also, can we shout out and be like, hey, what's going on over there? Like,
Over where?
White Castle, you got trees?
I don't know what you're talking about, citizen.
Alright.
Move
Like,
along.
alright, I'm not that interested anyway. And then just...
Alright, move along.
Can we tell the guard tower about Barqlaes?
Yeah, what do you yell?
The same thing that was in the note. Barqlaes come back.
Three
and
robo
has crashed
Barqlaes
into
just walking
space.
around.
Oh yeah, we saw those 3 robots heading that way, and they point south.
They're really super crazy dangerous to the Blinding Light Guild, and they're looking to just turn the entire planet into nothing but chaos. You should try to do everything you can to stop them.
Roll me a diplomacy check to convince them to do everything they can to try and stop them.
They're super dangerous and evil and chaotic. 20.
They'll say, we'll do what we can, ma'am. If we see them, we'll shoot them with our water cannon.
Could you
Go back, donuts.
relay that message to the White Castle, please?
Well, maybe next time we have a change of guard, yeah. I'm not allowed to leave this place for 7 days.
Oh, God.
Good talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys continue heading east, past Catone. You'll see the large ships in the distance, a bit larger than the city even. You'll head past the reservoir.
Oh, hey, can we go visit, mermaid guy there.
He's the one that wears a scary mask?
Yeah, can we go visit him?
If they want to, if you guys have time to stop for a quick visit.
Yo, dude, what up?
Juan insists that you guys stop and visit someone when you pass the reservoir and says, "Yo, dude, what up?" to the water.
Yeah.
See if this guy hears you say that.
Okay.
Hey, you come splashing out of the water?
I'm just stopping by to say hey because we're friends.
Oh, hey. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm on high alert here. I'm, guarding these eggs.
I know. Well, I'm just also, while I'm here, wanted to give a quick heads up that there's a crazy-ass, evil, chaotic space robot trio stomping around the island. So you should continue that super-duper high alert. And I guess if you can communicate that also to Katone, if you have any, messages back and forth to them, we're just trying to warn everybody that these guys are nothing. Trio of bad news there.
Alright, I guess I'll get the word out. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, later. Safe travels. You guys continue east to Galbraith. Weather's quite nice as you guys arrive at the college town, beaming with young adult life of various races, all excitedly rushing to their various morning classes. You guys have traveled for several days without rest, finally arrived in Galbraith.
I guess we should probably rest, since we just didn't do that.
Do you guys rest in the inn, or do you go back outside of town and rest in the woods somewhere, or what?
I mean, I think you and me would be pretty comfortable with the woods, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter really.
Yeah, I mean, the woods you came from are nearby. They're probably less than an hour walk outside of town. You could have some nice thick forest to sleep in. That was only partially burned down.
I need to go visit there.
You can make a really quick stop by and see the village. It was charred last time we were here. Now a lot of the life has come back.
Yeah, I made up a whole bunch of plants and shit.
Yeah.
Does it look better?
Yeah, it looks better. It's greener. It's growing back. I mean, there's still no kitsune here, so there's no sign of kitsune life. But there are other animals, and the trees are growing back. It's slow growth, but it's happening.
And then Bruges' funeral tree doing well.
Yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, you guys will rest near there. So Chasnoff and Greer Rockbiter have landed at Northport, where a battle is raging in the streets between the zombie robots and the what look like elven citizens. A few gnomes, trolls, ogres, several different species battling here in the streets. A large black dragon over the city that is swooping down and devouring a lot of the mechanical soldiers. You guys see this as the boat approaches and docks. You can see the battle going on from here.
Can I roll for local knowledge?
Yeah.
16 and my modifier is 4, so that's a 20.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20, yeah.
Alright, so you know a bit about this area. You've had dealings with Northport before, mostly with magical goods, purchasing of them for use within your guild, or with stealing them or information about them for your guild. The Barqlaes Industries are very well known around the world for their magical items. World-known magical crafters, although recently their output has been slowed and the price of goods has gone up, making them a big target for theft right now because magical items go for a lot more money than they used to. Things have gotten a little more expensive. But they're at war right now too, so that might be why. There's battle raging here in the streets. You don't know much about that other than this black dragon. You do remember rumors of something like this in the past. Like the legend of the black dragon is, like this happened 100 years ago. Something similar to this happened before.
Alright.
But the black dragon seems to be on the side of the Northport military, aiding them in battle as their city's being attacked. The sky overhead is dark, even though it's probably the middle of the day. It seems like it's nighttime out. Very dark out. Streets are covered in shadows. You guys are about 100 feet away from battle as you dock the ship. Most of the crewmates, besides the ones that are in charge of the ship, have already started unloading supplies. Northport locals have been unloading what they're bringing from Perleone.
What buildings are in the city that I'm in right now?
You had a 20 on your knowledge local, so I'll give you that information. They have a magic academy, a magic arena, although those may be closed currently during this time of battle. They also had a stables, private library.
Oh man, there's some great stuff in Northport.
There's a tavern called Silhouette's Tavern that you've frequented before. You're very familiar with that place. That's where the arena is downstairs. They've got gambling there in the downstairs area too. That's kind of where the black market, that's kind of where the shady people hang out in town. There's a Snallygaster Inn, a place you would know overcharges, so you tend to try to not stay there because it's too expensive. They have a Bank of Many Planes, which allows you to store your money there and retrieve it via a magical wallet, as long as you pay a 10% per month fee to access your gold. That allows you to carry more gold than you can currently carry, basically. We've got the Dark Market, which you know about because you're part of the Crow Skull Guild, which is, like I said, where they kind of sell That gives you access to the herbalist, the alchemy, the smithy, and a lot of items that are otherwise not available in this town to anyone else. So you get kind of access to the underground market. There's something called the Shadow Cabinet here. It's a building you've never been into, which you would know it's a guild hall where the leaders of this town used to run that's kind of like where the town leaders would be at if you were looking for someone in charge. Although you've never had to look for someone in charge before, it's kind of where you'd know to go. They got a local craft gallery that sells locally made crafts and items. Usually pretty expensive though. There's a garrison for a lot of the orc workers that seem to be patrolling the streets with the trolls and ogres. Majority orcs. They've got a jail you know about, although you've always been able to avoid it. You know they've got one. They've got a very large temple to Chaya, which was recently abandoned, but now seems to have a very large crowd around it. You would also know through your underground connections that there are drow caverns underneath the city, and that the city specializes in magical goods that they usually export to other places. So this is like the source for magical items. You as a wizard would be excited about being here, because that's where most of the magic items in the world are made. Although, like I said, currently very costly, so unless you have a lot of money, I wouldn't count on much.
So, to start off, I walk off the boat, and I decide to head to the tavern to ask locals, because I haven't been here in a while, about what kinds of things might be able to be learned in their magic-wise in their library.
Alright, so as you head towards the tavern, you see some localized battle going on in the streets, although you're able to avoid it. It is very dark outside, so it's kind of like being a city at night where someone's getting mugged. So you see like fights going on in the streets nearby, but it seems to be like people like battling small groups of robo-soldiers and dealing with them pretty well. And whenever they are not dealing with it pretty well, this big dragon seems to swoop in and take care of whatever large parts of them, devouring them or otherwise. So you're able to walk to the bar without without any altercation, without much disturbance. When you arrive there and ask around about what's been going on, they'll, wave their hands in the air like, war going on. Our leaders brought back the Shadow Dragon, and the Westport military saw that as a threat and have attacked us and are looking for a way to defeat the Shadow Dragon, and we're looking for a way to stop them. We're poised to take back control of this island. We'll shroud everything in darkness, and this island will be for the elves again. We'll get all you outsiders out of here.
Considering that the town itself used magic to be able to bring this Shadow Dragon in, that implies that there's still magic academics in the city, right?
Yeah, they do have a magical academy here. Although, like I said, they are at war right now, so I don't know how fully open it is. But what are you looking for?
I'm just trying to see what's available.
Yeah, they had a magical academy here. Factories that made magical items, local crafters. I mean, this is a big... As far as magical items go, this is one of the biggest places in the world to find them.
All right, from the tavern, I'm going to head to the library, and I'm going to walk inside, ask the librarian where their magical section of books are.
Can I ask a question? Greer Rockbiter, have you been following along this whole time, or are you doing something different this whole time?
I'm still just on the boat, chilling with
Got
Hala.
So I walk inside the library, I ask the librarian where their magical section is, and then I'm going to pass this on to Greer.
Alright, it's a private library, and unless you are a citizen of the city, you are not granted access.
Alright.
Unless you're not elven either, so you're like quickly turned away.
Okay.
You're obviously not local.
There are some gnomes in the city.
There are,
right?
but they are not technically locals, and they're not allowed in the private library. The gnomes here in the city seem to be almost like slaves.
Alright, so I leave the library very frustrated, and I'm going to go find some local gnomes in the street and talk to them about what is going on, but I'm still going to, while I'm traveling to try to find one, I'm going to pass this on to Greer.
Alright, so most of the gnomes in the streets will be traveling with supervision and will not be allowed to even talk to you.
Oh.
They seem to be like laborers. Greer Rockbiter, back on the ship, what did you do while Chasnov was off doing his thing?
Well, I too I want to get off the boat, walk around. But yes, I would like to know what's going on in the town.
Alright, so roll a knowledge local.
What do you
Yeah,
like?
nobility. Yeah.
Nobility?
Oh, yeah, that's a good
Yeah, that might be a good one. That would give you the idea of, the thing with this kind of stuff is, like, no matter what you roll, I'll give you information. It says different kinds of information depending on what you roll. Different information than you would get for knowledge local, but might still be valuable information. So, never hurts to roll something, especially knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Rolling, yeah.
Yeah, I'll roll it, which 19 plus 3, so 22.
You were actually trying to go to Southport. You are now at Northport. You would know Southport is south of here by name, but Your goal was to get to Southport. You've been trying to travel this way for a long period of time. Southport is known for what is known as the Blinding Light Guild, a troop of do-gooders that are known to help people around the world. So you were on your travels, preaching across the world, trying to make your way to this place, and now you're almost there. What you know about Northport is that it was run by... At one point in time, the whole island was ruled by a king, an elven king out of Westport, and when he fell, it was split into 3 houses, each one run by a different matriarch. The Northport was run by the Umbra House, and the king, at one point in time, had a great wizard named Barqlaes, who worked out of Westport and sort of started the city of Northport, built it up as the one that built the factories here and made it its own thing. And this is where the Umbra House happened to have settled after he made this a sort of area of export. Pre the fall of the kingdom, the city was sort of developed just basically around the magical industry market. So it's sort of an industrial town, but magical industrial. This is the Umbra House that would run this town, and the Barclay family is very closely aligned with the Umbra House.
You said there were 3 houses?
Yes, the Umbra, the Penumbra, and the Antumbra. You would know the former king, his wife was Penumbra of the Penumbra family. Rumors are she had him killed because he was quite the womanizer and had multiple children with him. So rumors are she was jealous and eventually had him killed before she took over Westport, and what is known as one of the largest militaries in the world. They actually are so large they export armies to other countries when wars begin. They basically supply troops. Well known for their troop recycling program, which would explain these half-robot, half-undead elven soldiers you see in the city battling the citizens as you walk around.
Can I roll a local knowledge?
Yeah, you can roll anything. It's D&D.
1.
Natural 1.
Other than that, you don't know anything.
Okay.
You don't know what any of the buildings are. Do you read Elven? Is Elven one of your languages?
No.
Yeah, and you can't read this. Yeah, you can't read the signs or anything. Totally lost in this Elven town. Being a dwarf, you probably are not a big fan of elves anyway. You think they're pretentious, even though you're a totally nice paladin person. You know, elves can be quite a pain.
So when I walked off the boat, what is the first building directly in front of me? What do I see?
A stone and wood building, and you also see some very large, sort of metallic buildings, but you can't make out what they are, and you can't read the signs unless you roll a linguistics check because you don't have Elven as a language. Unless you want to go inside of them.
Sure, I'll go inside that.
Which one do you go inside of?
You said the metallic one? Or the metal one?
You want to go inside, try to go to some of the large metallic buildings? There seem to be some very large doors in them facing outwards toward the docks, this is not a term in this world, but garage door-sized doors. Well, they do appear to be locked. They're not open when you walk up to them, you can't pull them open.
Okay, knock. I'm gonna knock on the door then.
Alright, roll me a strength check.
+4.
+4. 11.
Yeah, no one replies.
Knock harder.
I'm gonna knock harder on the door.
Alright, let's take another 4 minutes.
Yeah, you roll an unnatural 20. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 4 minutes later, if you keep banging, and that's your unnatural 20, you'll hear someone yell from inside, "Go away."
Alright, I'll go away. I don't want to talk to me. Is there a building next door to this building?
Yeah, and there's buildings all over the place. It's a city. It's a small city, but it's a city. There's lots of buildings.
I want to go to the very next building. I want to knock on that door.
Alright. That door has a sign on it, but it's Elven, so you can't read it. There seems to be a shopkeeper inside, and the shopkeeper is waving you away when you knock on the door, move along. Just waving his hand at you, we're closed for the day.
I want to know some stuff about the city, so can I just...
Try to find me. You guys never should have split up in the first place.
You can roll a perception check to see if you see Chasnoff.
Alright.
Where were you, Chasnoff?
I was roaming around the streets trying to talk to some of my gnomon brethren, but they all had watchers on them.
Mm-hmm.
I rolled a 14.
Yeah, how about you roll me a perception also, Chasnoff, see if you see Greer, walking around.
Sure. I got +4. I got 19.
Yeah, you see Greer wandering around. Looks like Greer might even be looking for you. He was kind of lost, doesn't know what to do. There's battle in the streets. You guys aren't really invested in either side, so you guys aren't like jumping into these fights that you see. Most of these fights are within 30 feet of you guys. You see small gangs just going at it in the streets. Most everything seems locked up.
Alright, so I walk over to Greer and I start explaining everything I know about the city. I apologize for leaving her so early, but I wanted to see if I was finally allowed into the Elven Library, which I had never been before. I thought maybe the security was down because it's during war. However, it's not. So that passes on. Would that pass on the knowledge that you gave me to her?
Yeah. If you say you pass on the knowledge, then it has been passed on.
Okay.
Consider everything I said now shared.
So I look around. I see when I was trying to find my some other gnomes to talk to, they were grouped up always, and I'm assuming they're like watchers for all Elven.
Usually either Elven or Orc. Okay. Occasionally an Ogre, but...
So can I, is there a group of Elven watchers who are watching gnomes talking to each other?
No, each gnome seems to have like a chaperone almost.
Okay. So I go to Greer, I tell her I know this city relatively well. I don't know, I don't really feel comfortable in this place. It seems my people aren't really well respected here. I read a bunch of signs all over town that say gnomes do not apply because I read Elven.
Yeah. Gnomes are known as like thieves, tricksters. They employ them, but usually through some form of slave labor here. It's not like gnomes don't own property here. They're definitely looked down upon by the elves in this area.
I tell her that this might not necessarily be the best place for us to be. And I would appreciate to kind of make our way out as quickly as possible for fear of chaperoning. I would prefer to not be a chaperone gnome.
Well, she could act as your chaperone.
Yeah, and that was my next thing. I asked for her to pretend to be my watcher for the entirety of our trip in the city.
Alright, that means you probably need to stay within 5 feet of Greer. Greer will have to have an authoritarian look over you, pretty much.
I mean, I'm used to that already, so like that works out alright.
You play slave.
This town, or
I'm suggesting we stick around, but I act as her subservient while we walk around. It'll help her fit in, clearly, considering gnomes are viewed as second-class citizens, and it might make her more. Locals might be more easy to open up to her, seeing a gnome acting as pretty much her slave.
I haven't quite figured out what I want to do. I thought maybe I would look for a church, pray.
The only temple that seems to be here is that temple to Chaya.
Right. And I wanted to find out what was going on with that, but I didn't know that information.
You can roll a knowledge religion.
I can roll religion.
Mm-hmm.
And Chaznov can roll knowledge religion as well when he gets back.
I have 16.
You don't know a lot, but you know Chaya was one of the goddesses of shadow, which would explain why the city is so dark. So it's a shadow god, and this is a shadow dragon that's looming over the city, terrorizing the city's attackers. You've been able to walk around the streets unperturbed, basically because the dragon's been able to take out any large groups that try to breach the city wall.
So I take Chaznov needed to be here to roll or something, or can I just take Chaznov with me to the temple?
If Chaznov wants to follow the temple, he can.
Yeah, she's my pretend watcher, so I'm subservient completely.
And you guys head to the temple to Chaya, the shadow goddess. There seems to be a lot of elves. Roll me a perception check as you approach.
And can I roll a perception check strictly because I want to listen to what the elves are saying to each other in Elven, considering they probably don't realize I can speak it?
Sure.
16.
Yeah, you see these elves sort of congregate around this temple. A temple that maybe in your previous visits was mostly abandoned, seems now pretty crowded with followers, believers, worshipping under the temple leader, praising her in Elven, praising the shadow dragon, talking about reclaiming the island for the elves, shrouding it in darkness and hiding their magical secrets from the rest of the world. That Elven magic has been diluted and been warped by the other races, and they want to keep it a secret. So they're praising the idea of the shadow dragon that'll protect their island. They're going to defeat the other families and take the island for themselves. It's kind of the talk you're hearing.
When we landed on the island, we were asked if we helped defeat the other islands that we would theoretically friendly with these people. I explained to Greer what the whispers are within the Elvish community completely, and I tell her I don't know if I trust these people, but it's your call from here.
So the people, the elven people who are at the temple, they're on the side of this dragon.
Correct.
So
they seem to have some power over, or to have summoned this dragon. Maybe not have control of it. It seems to be of its own mind, and they don't know, it's sort of chaotic and does whatever it wants, but they definitely seem to have some allegiance to it.
We don't trust these people necessarily. We don't necessarily.
We don't have to stay here. We can leave.
Chaznov would know there's a south gate that leads out of the city into sort of the wilderness, but she would assume that's probably where these half-robot, half-elven soldiers are entering the city from. So I'm going to have to roll as you guys leave to see if you encounter any of them.
Ooh, that'll be tough.
If you want to leave, you don't have to.
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, I'm your slave regardless. I'm just like.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
You like while we're in
These
this.
guys are canon.
Oh, come on.
Are we ready to leave? Are you prepared?
I tug on her arm real quick and say, before we get out of here, we should stop in the black market. See if you want to get anything, I can get you in there by showing my tattoo.
It's true. He's got a tattoo that'll get you guys in the black market.
Okay.
So we walk in the black market.
That's down by the dock, so you can go back over to the dark market and see, check some stuff out.
Yeah. So we walk towards the black market. I go to the alchemist. So, and this is my only last real question. Do I need like a lab or anything?
Yeah, with the craft to, well, you either have to find an alchemist lab or buy an alchemist kit to work out on the field by your own, which they will sell at the alchemist. So if you want to buy an alchemist kit to do alchemy on the road, you can.
How much would a black market alchemist kit cost with me being a member of the gang?
There's a portable alchemist lab, which is 150 gold here.
150?
Whenever you use it, it gives you a +1 to all your craft alchemy checks, though, so you get a +1 whenever you use it.
Okay. But is there an alchemy lab at the alchemist shop that I could maybe pay to use?
Probably, yeah.
Alright, so me and Greer walk into the market. I said, hold on right here. I'll be really quick. We're going to need a couple of potions before we leave. It might be kind of rough. I go to the alchemist shop. I ask how much it would cost for to use his alchemy lab to make a couple of potions.
2 gold per potion that you make.
Alright, 2 gold per potion. So I would like to make a couple of stealth or invisibility potions to make it easier for us to get out of the city.
So those potions are 600 gold normally, so you can get the ingredients for 300 gold to make one for invisibility. For invisibility.
I can't do that.
Let's see, for something similar to that, there's you can make a vanishing oil for 50 gold.
Do I get a discount at that?
No, that's the price that is the discount. But it only lasts for 1 round per caster level, up to 5 rounds, so it's like a maximum 30 seconds of invisibility.
That lasts for 1 round.
So that would last for 1 round.
So 6 seconds, yeah.
And with a +6 to craft while I was making it, what does that doesn't lower the cost, or does that make it?
No, that makes it more likely for you to not fail at making it, because if you fail at making it, it just takes you longer to do. Like right now, it'll take 6 to 8 hours for you to make this potion. But if you fail at it, then you waste the ingredients, and you have to replace half of them, and if you succeed, or partially succeed, you can continue until you fully succeed to make the potion.
About spider climb.
Spider climb, you can get that as well. Spider climb is 300 gold each.
I asked the alchemy seller what he has for sale. I can.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of that same stuff for sale. He's got cure light potions. He's got pass without trace potions. He's got ant hall potions.
The second one you said, what does that entail?
Well, this spell will allow you to not leave footprints or scent trail while moving. So it makes it impossible for anyone to track you except by magical means. Lasts for an hour. So for an hour, like, no one can just track you by normal means.
That doesn't really help much. Alright, so realizing that this is futile right now, I go back to Greer, tell her that we should head to Southport, get out of the city, but I think you may need some more gear because she's gonna kind of have to protect me from harm during this journey, and she might want to think about getting a shield.
So now I need to find an armor smith, or...
Yeah, down here in the black market, there's a guy selling darkwood shields and darkwood bucklers for around 200 and 250 gold. That's the only guy you selling shields down here. Otherwise, above ground at the regular market, they sell all the basic equipment. So if you want a basic shield that's on the basic equipment list, you can get that there. The only special shields you see here are darkwood. Oh, they do have a spined shield as well, but that seems kind of out of your price range. And a zombie skin shield, also kind of out of your price range and not really your style, I don't think.
I appraise the shield.
On the darkwood bucklers, or the darkwood shield?
Yeah.
The cheapest one.
Yeah, the cheapest.
That'd be the buckler, probably, then.
11.
The buckler seems to be going for 203 gold, and you might guess you might be able to get it for a couple of gold less, maybe. Might be able to maybe make him knock it down to 200 or 199, but she wouldn't bet for much more than that without knowing more about the darkwood.
Yeah.
He does have gold. Would it worth our time if I could make shoes as a trade, or like obviously an equal trade, but cost some gold?
Maybe you can offer to repair his shoes and pay some money for the shield. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Roll me a diplomacy to offer to repair his shoes as partial payment for this buckler.
Or do you have diplomacy, or do you...
I have 5 diplomacy. Roll a 20.
Natural 20.
So if you're willing to fix his shoes, he'll give you a discount of 90 gold off of this shield if you can probably 8 hours to repair his shoes to get them back up to that shape. But if you do that, you can have this shield for 113.
113? Okay. Jasna, no, we're gonna wait 8 hours. Okay.
Sit on patiently for 8 hours.
Sit on your hands.
You just watch Greer make shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll your profession cobbler.
12, so 16.
You need to roll again. It'll probably only take you another 2 hours to finish. So that 8 hours you get pretty close, but they're not perfect.
So I rolled an 11 total.
Alright, so you're able to finish the shoes in about 10, 11 hours. And now for 113 gold, you can have a Darkwood buckler.
Do I already have a heavy shoe?
You have a heavy shield?
Yeah.
Oh, well then you don't need this.
Yeah,
You can resell it or probably don't.
Yeah, no. We sell the
Okay.
shield
I'll have
because
to
you're forgetful.
I will
Yeah, not
resell it.
forgetful.
Well, now I have 2 shields because
Double
I forgot
shield.
I already...
Well, this one's a buckler, so it's tiny, so you can even wear this buckler on your other arm if you want.
Oh, sweet. So I have a buckler and a heavy.
Yeah, so that'll give you an extra +1 while you wear it. Make it kind of more difficult to wield stuff. You can't really do magic, but you don't really do magic anyway, so you're not too worried about that, I guess. You should just have you have a tiny shield on one arm and a big shield on the other arm.
You just wrap up Chasnov with his bear hug and
exactly.
protect
I'm
him
cool
with
with
your
that.
2 shields.
Yeah.
Sounds fantastic to me.
You are a tank. Yeah. It's very, very light. It's almost not weightless, but it weighs a whole lot less than a normal wooden shield would.
A check penalty?
You have no check penalty on this particular shield. The check penalty is 0 for the Darkwood shield because it's so light. That's the bonus of it. That's what makes it special.
So I run up to Greer. I tell her that I have been bored out of my mind while she's been making this second shield. I don't understand why she thinks she needed 2 shields to begin with, but I'm alright with the fact. And we should get out of here before it starts getting really bad. So I drag her by the arm, but not partially because everyone still thinks I'm her slave. And we start heading towards the south gate.
Alright, you leave the black market, you leave the armory store in the black market, and towards the south gate. Now it is severely dark outside. Either of you guys have dark vision?
Yeah, both of us.
Alright, so you guys can see, although it is dark enough that your dark vision kicks in, so you see everything sort of in black and white, sort of like night vision goggles. And you head south towards the gate. You do encounter a small gang of robo-elves.
Gather your gang of robo-elves and tune in next time for more Long Distance Dungeons & Dragons Dinner Theater.